Hey there, this is Mr. Herman with a different video this time. A student asked me to explain a trick to them, so we're going to go ahead and show you how to do that trick. Jesse's my assistant over here. She's going to be helping, and we have some things you need to do the trick. You want to explain what you need to do the trick?
Yeah, you need any kind of piece of paper. It doesn't have to be an index card, just any piece of paper, a pencil or a pen, 2 dice, and just a regular deck of cards.
Great, good job. So now what we're going to do is you're going to kind of put this stuff aside for a second, and you're going to give them the card. She's going to be playing the trick on me, so I'm the one that's unsuspecting here and the victim. She's going to give me the cards and tell me to shuffle them really good. So I'm going to shuffle the cards good. I'm not that great at shuffling cards, but if I kind of mix them up here a little bit, you'll see somebody's good at shuffling cards will do a better job, but that's good enough, I guess, for now. Then she's going to take the cards and prove to me that they're shuffled, like by showing them to me that she didn't do any kind of sleight of hand. And she's going to prove to me that they're actually shuffled up by showing me a few cards in the deck, like she's doing here. Okay, so go ahead and there you go. Now then she's going to take, and the person doing the trick, which is Jesse, is going to make a prediction about what card you're going to get when the trick is done. Which looks like she's saying is going to be Queen of Hearts. It is probably wise to not show this to the person. Like maybe we can see it, it's fine, but normally you might want to really surprise them. So don't show them that, and maybe fold it over or hide it. Okay. But we're going to just keep it here. We're going to use it for some math too. We're going to leave this open to you to see this. Okay, the next part of the trick involves the person who's doing the trick, which is Jessie. She's going to turn around, so she's not paying attention to the stuff we're doing here. She's actually not going to turn around now, but she would be if you were doing the trick. And then she's going to ask the person who's the victim to roll 2 dice. And then that person's going to take those 2 dice, and they're going to add together the sum of those 2 dice. So go ahead and add those together. And again, it wouldn't be on this sheet of paper probably, but we're just doing it like this so you can see how the trick works. 3 and 1, good. Then you take and flip one of the dice over. We're going to keep the small one as our one we flip over.
All the way over.
All the way over.
Which should be 4.
Equals 4. And then you add that total also. So 3 and 1 is 4. Then we add 4 and 4 and get 8. Then you roll this little one more time. We got 5 this time. Add 5 to the 8. Good. And we get a total of
13.
13. Good. Now we're going to take, before she turns around, the person who's the doing the trick, the magician,
yes.
You're going to cover these dice up like this.
Yep. So
they kind of can't see them. And then she's going to turn around, she's going to go, you got 13. Okay, great. And then she's going to count off 13 cards.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Good, good. And then she's going to take this off here and see that there is...
And you can just get rid of these cards.
Yeah. See that there's a sum of, looks like 6 there.
Yep.
So then you count, make sure they can see it here.
Okay.
You got to keep it in the
and
camera.
And then you're going to count out 6 cards. 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can get rid of those.
Get rid of those.
And the card on top should be the Queen of Hearts, which I...
The card on top was the Queen of Hearts, or
Yep.
Merle in this case. And the Queen of Hearts is the one that she predicted it would be. And this does work every single time.
Unless you did something wrong.
Unless you do something wrong.
If you did something wrong, then go back.
So what we thought we'd do is try and figure out why it works. So we had a student ask us this. One of my students asked me to figure this out. So I made a chart. We decided to come up with a table of values to look at a chart to see if you could see a pattern. And definitely there is a pattern. If you want to pause it, you can to look it over yourself. I'm just going to explain what these headings are so you can see where I get the numbers from. So these are the different trials we did. We did the trick 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, total 6 times. After that, we've got die 1 and die 2. Die 2 is our smaller die. Then die 2 flip, and then die 2 roll again, and then the sum of those. And after that, then we subtracted the 2 dice together. Notice that every single time we got the same thing. So what we found doing this, you want to tell them about this row here, how this works out?
Yeah. So no matter what, in this row, 5 plus 2 equals 7, 5 2 equals 7, 4 plus 3, 4 plus 3 equals 6 plus 1. It all equals 7 no matter what.
And that's because the opposite sides of a die always have a sum of 7.
No matter what.
5 and 2, and you can see that any way you do it, 4 and 3, it's always 7. So what we're doing is actually adding 7 in, the problem early on, so we can then subtract the other things to get 7. So it's always going to be 7 here. Here's die 1 is 3. There's the second roll of die 2, which is 1, which equals 4. Notice that 3 plus 1 is 4. And you can see, show them another one.
2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 5 is 9. 3 plus 2 is 5.
That's good. That's right.
Just these 2, and that's what that row is.
So then what you do is you're taking the process of adding these all together to get 11, like in the first example here. You get 11, but then you're going to subtract the 2 dice that you rolled at the beginning original dice of 3, and then the second roll of that one, which is 1. And that's always going to equal 7 when you do that, because you're creating a 7 by flipping the dice over. And then the reason 7 is important is because after you put those down, you get the 8th card right after that.
Yes.
And that's the one that shows up as the one that you have. We didn't tell you, by the way, that when she's counting these out.
Showing you.
Yeah, I didn't actually.
Normal.
When they're showing you that they're flip them over there. This is not the actual one we did, but when she's showing you that they're shuffled, you're actually getting the 8th card.
I'm counting them out.
She's counting the cards out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which is this.
And this
is the
time,
King of
this
Diamonds.
case would be the King of Diamonds.
So then I just keep showing you a couple more and shuffle them, and then I
Exactly.
write down the prediction of what the 8th card was.
All right, that was a good time.